Okay, I want to say hello again, everybody. Hi, and welcome to another video with me. Okay, in this video, I'm going to be doing some more training on my punching bag. Now, I just want to remind you guys, okay, I've got nothing to show off or anything. I'm not the toughest guy. You can see that in my physique. You know, I'm not the toughest. I'm fairly flexible, but I'm not the most flexible. Everybody's got their own levels of strength and flexibility in them, whoever you may be, whether you're a martial artist or not, or whatever you do. But yeah, I'm a martial artist. I came from England. I was born in England, in London, and I moved to China and lived there for many years. But I started my martial arts when I was 12 years old back in the UK. I started learning different kinds of martial arts, and I learned I never got like to a black belt or like an expert level in one style, but what I learned I practiced very hard, and I studied for a number of years in the various different systems. The systems include karate, kickboxing, and various kung fu systems, which include southern like five animal style, Wing Chun, Tai Chi, Bagua, and Long Fist, Wushu, and I've looked at a lot of different other different kind of training methods too, and also traditional martial arts weapons training. I'm not going to go into too much detail on my background in this video again. All I'm going to do is just give you that quick brief background again if you have never seen me before. Anyway, recently I bought myself one of these. I got one of these punch bags, freestanding punch bags, and I think it's a very good thing to train with. Just for some basic training for your alignment in your movements and your striking and stuff. Okay, it's just something extra. It's one kind of training. Like, you can do all different kinds of training. I do so many different kinds of training and working out and martial arts training with and without apparatus as well. But this is a good thing. I'm happy I got this. Okay, and I think it'd be good for anybody to get, just for some extra like fitness or just alignment with your techniques and get the feeling of actually hitting something. Even if you just do boxing, it doesn't matter what you do. I take a lot of inspiration from all and techniques from various systems. You know, anything, whether it be boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai. I'm fascinated in everything. So Aikido, Ninjutsu, all the arts that are out there. There's so many fantastic arts. Some people do JKD, some people do MMA, but I'm not into MMA. I'm not really interested in MMA myself. But you know, there's so many different kinds of martial arts. Anyway, I've been studying martial arts all of my life. I was born in 1982, so most of my life I've been training martial arts. In this video, the year is 2019, and I'm 37, almost 37 years of age. I'm 36 and a half, and it doesn't matter, you know, what the year is. The important thing is to train and, you know, keep healthy in the human body, the human mind and body. I have certain beliefs, okay, certain things. I'm not religious or anything, but I have various beliefs. I believe in the philosophy of following nature. You know, it's not just a philosophy like in the mind, but I mean the actual, the whole thing about nature. I believe in the idea and the philosophy about yin and yang. Okay, yin and yang. There's two sides to everything, and we have to find balance in life. I believe in not doing harmful things to yourself, like, you know, drinking alcohol or smoking or taking any kind of drugs, even whatever they call it, light stuff, marijuana. I don't agree with that, okay, any drugs or anything or any alcohol at all. I'm not religious, and you know, there's no perfect way of living. I mean, if you eat a bit of all different kinds of food in your life, you're never going to be, you know, as they say, you can never be 100% immune to anything. I don't eat the most healthy diet, maybe more healthy than some people, but you know, you can't live a perfect life, and there are people out there that have habits and stuff, bad habits like smoking and drinking, but I don't agree with that stuff. There's a lot of things that I don't agree with, but the thing is, you've got to take care of your body, okay, mentally and physically. I believe in always opening the mind, looking into things like science or the mind, you know. It's about trying to find truth in life, basically. That's what it's really about, from your own eyes, you know, and from your own five senses, which is all we've got, really. You know, so now some people believe that we have a sixth sense and things like that. Who knows, okay? And when it comes to things like religion, I've never really had a religion. But let's say, you know, whatever this experience is, whether there's a God that's created us on this earth, or aliens, or whatever you want to believe in, you may believe in past life, some people believe in reincarnation, some people believe in aliens, the list goes on. There's many things you can believe in, but how are you living in this phase of existence, if that's what you want to call it. Some people believe that this is not the real life. This life now is just a test, and then later on you go out to other things, heaven or hell or whatever. Some people believe in limbo, but I'm just saying, okay, whatever this is now, this situation, it's about life, you see. And it's more than just fighting and all that as well. You can train to keep your body fit and healthy, and you can train martial arts to protect yourself. You don't need to go into competition fights or look for fights and all that on the street even. But, you can train really good in your own ability. Everybody's got a different build. Men, women, people of all ages, no matter what. Martial arts has something in it for you. And the lesson is to find beauty in your life and just take care of yourself. It's about maintenance. So keep self-maintenance. So keeping yourself calm, safe, taking care, protecting yourself, keeping yourself healthy and strong to whatever level you need to be. There's always going to be people that are stronger than you or smarter or whatever. But it's about having some skill, having some abilities. You'll never be perfect. You'll never be Superman. You'll never be invincible, and things like that. And if somebody has a knife or a gun and they're trying to attack you, obviously you need to be really careful. It doesn't mean you're going to learn martial arts and you're going to become invincible, X-Men or whatever. It doesn't mean no. What I'm saying is it's about reality, and it's about training to keep healthy and fit, and also safe. So self-defense skills, having some skills. So I respect the martial arts. But it's about self-maintenance. Now, what is self-maintenance? It's like work, right? You've got to put the work in. It's the same as energy and time, but you don't want to waste it, right? You don't want to waste energy and time, and that's what martial arts teaches us. Now, you can be practical, not impractical, and sensible, not idiotic. So it's like if you go to work, the same thing, right? You put the time in your work, you don't do it for nothing, right? But so what is that? You go to work for what? Self-maintenance, again, right? In one way or another, whether you enjoy your job or you don't, you go to work usually for self-maintenance, to earn money to live. So you're here in this life, you're keeping healthy, you're doing martial arts or whatever sport, keeping healthy. You're trying to watch what you eat, you're trying to take care of your not to have too many bad habits and stuff like that. You're trying to keep safe. You're trying to work to earn money to survive and whatever you can do. And you're trying to do right things that make your life more fulfilled. But you are here in this existence and you're not breaking down and, dying or whatever. And so you're here, you're maintaining yourself. Now, what is that about? And let's say you can be smart and work a way that you can somehow find more free time too and free yourself up more. Not waste too much energy and time. Might take a few different turns. It might take, a while to find that kind of thing. But you're seeking to have a life, right? You want to maintain yourself. It means you want to keep a life. What is a life? What is a life worth keeping? This is the question. So rather than just being the warrior, rather than just being the fighter in the ring, the champion with your hand up, or the fighter on the street, the tough guy who's taking all the blows and you've got scars on you, six-pack, muscles to show, tough, yeah, but you've got scars on your face, broken bones from previous fights, and I've survived, man. You tell all these war stories as you grow older. Rather than that, living a life of risks. Yeah, there's challenges in life, and through the challenges and experiences and the hard things and the mistakes, we do learn, because nobody's perfect, and we do learn, and we also do get tougher, we get stronger that way. But what I'm trying to say is, if you just go through your life thinking you're the warrior, thinking you're tough, and again, just punching a bag and just hitting all the time, that, and shouting or proving a point, trying to be Mr. Strong or Mrs. Strong, that's no use. That's not really strong. You're not free. To be totally free and peaceful, to actually have something, a life that you enjoy, to see beauty in other things, that's what's most important. And I'm the same. I'm like that. I'm humble in myself, but I don't see it like I'm just honest in myself, If you're trying to be humble, then it's not honest, If you literally know how you feel, I don't look down upon people or put people down for anything. Everybody is who they are. I have my certain things I believe in and certain things I disagree with too, but I just, do my own thing and respect people and respect and value my life. And I have a lot of passion and a lot of special hobbies. I call them more like passions more than hobbies. I've got a lot. Not only martial arts, I love art. I love to do art. And ever since I was a young boy, I loved drawing. Since I came to China, I've actually learned so much Chinese too. I've been here for so many years. It's the year 2019 in this video, and I've been living in China for 13 years. And my wife's Chinese, and I speak Mandarin Chinese. If anybody is Chinese or can speak Chinese, or if you want to hear me say something, then I'll do my best. I can't read Chinese, but I can speak it. So if you type a comment in Chinese, I can't read that, okay? And I don't trust the translators either, but I can speak in some Mandarin Chinese. I won't do it now. That you know, I have a passion for making and editing videos and small short movies and playing with some simple special effects. I like to dabble and create art, as in drawings and paintings, mostly digitally now, using various softwares on the computer. With a pen and a pad, and I've got a screen I can draw, graphics tablet thing and a screen. I like to draw, I like to make comics, I like to write short stories and fiction, all kinds. I'm very inspired by many different kinds of genres of things like computer games and stuff that I grew up with when I was younger. You know, manga and anime, like Japanese cartoons and comic books, anime cartoons, you know, computer games, martial arts movies and all that stuff, kung fu films, classic old films, action films. I love anything from the 1980s. I was born in the 80s anyway, but I love the 80s stuff, okay? And even some older ones too, but I like a lot of 80s movies and lots of music from the 80s. I also have a passion for rap music, certain kinds. It depends though on the song, obviously. But I like to create my own music, so I make my own music on the computer. I make my own animated cartoons, very simple ones, but I try to make them in my free time. Mostly 2D, sometimes some 3D, but usually 2D animated cartoons. I make them by myself. I do the voiceovers, I do the music myself, the background music, the sound effects, the voices, the story, the planning. I do it all myself, the scripting, the storyboarding, designing the characters, the scenery, the background music. And I make my own music in general in my free time too, all kinds of genres, chill out stuff and ambient and beats and raps of my own rap songs and albums and my own beats and 80s inspired, like Italo disco kind of 80s kind of fun music too. I like to make that because I'm inspired by that kind of genre. And I try and play with that, like synthesizers, and trying to create my own music, all on the computer digitally. So this is what I call using technology in a smart way, because it's more about being a human in life, you know. People just go through life, a lot of people with no passion for creation, you know, they just go through life like putting each other down and having no passion in them, no imagination, and they just work for money and they just grow old and die. And they've lived a life like nothing, just looking at their phone, pressing buttons every day. There's no life in that, that's just shallow, in my opinion. It's like a robotic shell of a could be human being, you know, would be human being. But I use technology in a creative way to focus on creating art and things like that, and animation and videos and music and all kinds of stuff like that, you know. Some people like to take photos, fair enough. Maybe you like to learn to cook or play a musical instrument or whatever you like to do. You can do a lot of things. There's a beautiful world out there too. It's good to get a walk sometimes, go out and get a walk, get some fresh air. I live in a place now where it's like tropical, burning heat, so it's really hot, but we live close by the sea. But in the winter time, I can get to the sea, so that's nice. I never lived by the sea in the past. I once lived in the northeast of China for around 7 or 8 years, and I was living on the edge, right close to Russia, and it was a freezing, far northeast. It was freezing cold, snowy weather for months sometimes. It was very cold. So I've been to both extremes, you know. Far northeast of China, and then the furthest south you can go of China as well, more or less. So, you know, but still, you know, I believe in just, you know, not being a slave robot to this society or other people and ideas, and trying to live to impress people, be it anyone, be it what you want to call as friends, or you're loving people around you, you're in a relationship, someone who's supposed to love you, or your family, or anyone. It could be your family, it could be your lover, it could be your friends, your workmates, your classmates, your friends you've known for years, or new friends, people at work, people in society in general, an audience, or someone who lives next door to you. It doesn't matter who they are, they're just a human being like you are. It doesn't matter how much money they've got, what they look like. You've got to respect yourself. And respecting yourself doesn't always mean letting yourself be seen, making your mark in the world. Like, I think people get confused there. You are here, you know, and you have a legacy. It's not necessarily you have to, you know, you live to change people's minds and affect people. No, otherwise, no, I don't think that has to be. It's like good doings. Did you live a life worthwhile? If you naturally inspire people, good, because they're the kind of people that will be inspired by it. You know how if you were free in yourself and happy doing what you're doing, and being who you are, being creative, then that is a true person. Wouldn't you want someone to feel that kind of truth, rather than talking to shallow people, knocking on the door and there's no one home your whole life, trying to show them something or hoping that they're going to come out and say, "Oh, well done." No, it's not about that. It's not about, because people will always put you down or they'll give you a pat on the back. But at the end of the day, there's nothing more than that. So you should value who you are, I believe. So I know I'm talking a lot now, but this is what I believe in life, okay? So, I believe in certain things. There's various things I don't believe in and various things I do believe in. Me personally, I'm a heterosexual, so I have a wife, a female wife. I believe it should be one man and one woman. Now, I'm not religious, okay? But, in the Bible, they talk about that, right? God made Adam and Eve, and he says you're supposed to have children and whatever and be fruitful. And I don't have any children at this point. Who knows if I ever will? Now, there's some people who are the same as me, heterosexual, couples, who don't want to have children. Or there's ones who can't have children. Or there's ones for certain reasons that things have happened or they've gone astray. Again, there's various things like divorce. I've been through a divorce many years ago and I got married again. And, if things go well in different situations and some others they don't. They don't want to do. But the thing is, the most important thing is there's all kinds of people in this world. Now there are a lot of people with all kinds of ideas. Some people are religious, different kinds of religions. Some people stand and salute the flag every day, or salute to the president, or bow down to this human being, or they say, I want to be like this star on TV, or I want to do this or that, or they want to be impressing their gang mates, fellow gang members, or whatever it is. There's people always want to be seen as someone of power, or they want to be just like somebody else. People are always looking for themselves outside in the world. They want to parade, they want to protest, they want to for their rights. They feel they've been victimized, discriminated against, things like that. And in the meantime, the world is pushing all these kind of crazy ideas and agendas like racism, stuff, religion, all kinds of stuff. They're trying to put propaganda in the media, in the news, and people just fall for a lot of stuff. They could use anything. They use it through sports or whatever it might be. They'll use any idea to try and bring people's minds and attention into a certain point of focus. And there's all kinds of people. You've got like transgender, you've got the LGBT, the gays, and you've got homosexuals, transsexuals, transgenders, bisexuals, lesbians, kids having sex changes, you've got pansexuals, pangender, all kinds of stuff. So many different things, okay? You've got other people who want to have plastic surgery or different kind of things, or cover themselves in tattoos, or make themselves look like some kind of, I don't know what, like plastic Barbie doll, human Barbie doll, or Ken, or robotic, or some lizard, or whatever. And they're doing all kinds of things to their body to change their appearance. But what I'm trying to say is, whoever you are, I don't agree with a lot of that stuff I just mentioned there. The only thing I agree with, to me, because what seems normal to me, what's right, I can't have it all right. What to me is just normal heterosexuality, a man and a woman. It should be a man and a woman, to me. Same as to somebody else, they believe it should be another way. Okay, but I'm just saying, right? That's what I believe. So, but going back to what I'm saying though, okay? I do believe that the thing is, we need to understand ourselves, and we need to always understand what truth is. Not just the ideas of society and what people are pumping your brain with and all that. You've got to understand who you are and what you are. Now, going back to what I'm saying, right? Some people are born a certain way, but a lot of it is brainwash stuff in today's society. Young kids walking around with phones in their hand, pressing buttons, or taking drugs because other people did it and they got to try things, things like that, or like these crazy suicide dares, or what the different dares they have on stupid dangerous games that people play on the internet and stuff. This stuff's crazy, The same as bullying too, and all kind. Not only in kids' schools, because I was bullied when I was in school. I'm not the toughest person. I'm not the toughest person, the most confident person, but I've been in some dangerous situations too. But I've come out okay. There's always people that are worse off than you, starving in the world, or living in very dangerous places and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like bullying and stuff like that. Some people feel so bad and they feel so victimized or so weak or so that they should be another way in front of others, that they end up self-harming themselves or hating themselves or wanting to kill themselves, and some young people go through with that. Also, there are people that there are adults that feel like that too. There are adults that actually, they want to be seen as something, and their whole life is about, to them, the most important thing is about being seen and being accepted and seen as a certain on a certain level. So when they say they want to have a lot of money, it's not because they want to have a lot of money to do something exactly. They only do what people expect. If, like, let's say the new fad, the new trend, everyone's getting this new technology, a certain phone or some kind of gadget in the future, let's say. It could be a fancy car or whatever, like now even, or certain clothes they wear, or certain, what things, they do that. The same as fashion, like clothes and stuff. They want to look the part. It's all just a fashion item, accessory, trend. It's just they want to be seen as someone powerful or someone who is worthy of being accepted into the human society, which is not actually being human. It's being robotic in that way. You're not actually free. A lot of people believe that you'll never be free. They believe that you can't be free and an individual in yourself and just be yourself, because if you're alone like that, if you just totally separate and shut off like a hermit from society and just not care, then you're not going to get around. You're not going to get by in life, because you've got to fit in, right, as a society. Now the thing is, right, it's to fit in. That's like a whole topic in itself. How do you do that? You've got different people all around you. But what I'm trying to say is, I understand what that is like. I know what they're saying. Like when you live in this fake, sometimes seeming world, that there's a lot of fakeness going on. But it's like you go into the world and you're like trying to be a certain way, and you do a lot of acting yourself. You may not be shallow like other people, but you still kind of be, because you have to act, you have to speak a certain way to impress people. You have to try to be this way with this person and that way with another person, just so that you are liked. You've got to play their game so they like you. Like your whole life is like you're on a chain. You're like playing by their rules. They're not real friends. Or when you have a group of friends, like I've said before, when you have a group of friends and you have to always go where they go, do what they do. Maybe they smoke, drink, take drugs, or whatever it is, and you want to be hip and you want to join the gang, so you do that. You want to join that. You want to be in. You've got to carry on the way they do. Speak the same kind of dirty, vulgar jokes, or carry on like. I'm not saying you may be a monk or you're going to be like perfect, like an angel, like Jesus or that. I'm not saying that, okay? But you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying I'm giving you a wise talk here like that. I'm not saying I know how to run a country or run the world or whatever either. I'm just saying, right? You live your whole life like that to impress these people, and you're okay with it. Now, to me, that's not okay. It's not about pride either. This is moral principles. It's about, you say who's moral, but if you don't go by your own moral principles, then whose moral principles are you going to go by? If you say everybody's got different morality, so but I'm saying in yourself, what you feel is right, or what you know, judge your own logic. So when you learn balance, it's hard to lose the balance. Or when you know something, so you know how to walk, it's hard to forget how to walk, right? So if you know what's right and clean inside yourself, you know how to work things out. You would not do what's illogical and wrong for you, right? It's not, because religious people will tell you should pick up a Bible and read about what Jesus said or what someone said. But I'm saying the truth, no matter what the truth is, maybe it's in that, maybe it's in nature, maybe whatever it is. But when you learn, the more you learn, how can you become? You know what I mean? It's like, I know, like sometimes the more knowledge you fill your head with, or this jargon, this garbage information that's going around in society as well, if you fill your head with that, yes, you may learn nothing also but a pile of crap. But what I'm trying to say is, the more you learn and the more you constantly think and question things, and inside and outside and two sides, you'll always be open to more possibilities, and you'll find it's a more healthy way to be, rather than stopping at an answer, saying I know this or I learned that like years ago. And you always be free to learn, and you'll be a more healthy, fluid person, in yourself, and stronger in the flow, of nature. We're part of nature. We're not just talking about nature. We are part of nature. So the point is, that's basically what I want to really say there. It's like there's always people that are going to be thinking differently to you. That's basically all I want to really say there, you know. So, you know, you've got to take care of yourself, follow reality. Don't be like a slave to people trying to just impress a bunch of friends, because they're not really your friends. If you have to impress people or not be a geek or whatever, a nerd, you know, not be a certain way, otherwise they'll not respect you, or you're too nice or you're too soft, and they'll bully you because you're too quiet. Why would someone bully someone who's too quiet or timid or very nice? That's because they're dumb. They're stupid people to bully people like that, because they don't know anything. They don't respect human beings. And you have no reason to actually be timid and quiet. We're all humans, you know. But, you know, definitely there's some twisted people out there, some dangerous, violent people and stuff like that. So all fighting is wrong also. But for self-defense in the martial arts, I believe all people can benefit from learning some martial arts. Men and women, everybody, boys and girls, we can all learn to defend ourselves if we need to, with certain various martial arts skills. But the best block, as one of my teachers used to say, is to avoid danger, avoid trouble. So you may not agree with everything I've said here, fair enough, okay? Or you might agree with some of it, you might disagree with some of it, or all of it, I don't know, but I'm just sharing my thoughts. The most important thing is to be positive. And even if you disbelieve in that, or even if you believe that that's not a possibility for you to be positive, even because it's like, it's so much trouble in your life, or, you know, difficulty. The thing is, okay, you will be always looking for a way. Human beings are always looking for survival. They're always looking for a positive thing, an escape, if you will. That's why people drink too much or take drugs to knock themselves out, or chill, or weed, because they're trying to escape from the pressures of their daily life. In their life, they act tough and all that, speaking loud, acting tough, because they're actually afraid inside, some of these people. They look big and tough, but they're just trying to prove a point. I'm here, look at me, yeah, I'm not a loser, I'm not a loser. They're actually not very confident inside, because they're afraid that somebody else, the quiet ones or whoever, is actually, something's going to overpower them or something. Otherwise there'd be nothing to, you know, there's got to be a reason that they're actually acting that way, right? So something you're fighting for. So, you know, it's the same as when you give up. You give up because you don't want to fight against the thing. It could be wrong to give up, but you see, you're always looking for peace. You're always looking for, like, I can't be arsed with this, trouble. People are not naturally looking for trouble. You see what I'm saying? Even hassle. That's when we get lazy too. So we've got to learn to understand what healthy exercise is, and working ourselves to get strong, like facing trouble and that. You know, we're not going to have a life with no trouble and hassle. We're going to learn how to be smart, try to learn many different skills and techniques and knowledge and information in life, and learn how to use it our way. It's not the thing, it's how we use it. Because I can be alive here and I can have something here, but if I don't use it, it's no use. I don't have it. You have money in your hand. What's that? An idea in your mind or a question. What's that? You've got to use it. Get it out there. And you know, what can money buy in this life? But nothing. Just the respect of people who just value that kind of thing, material things, or power. Your power. What's power? Power to control people and change people. It's crazy. You know, it's like we need a system. We need money. We need people to rule the country. Like we need to have like a system, obviously, where people have to go to work and do different things. Otherwise, nobody would do anything and just stay at home. I mean, they're already switching that now with robots and technology and stuff. But I don't know. But you know, it's like. But at the end of the day, you know, like this world is crazy. If suddenly, you know, if there was no law, if there were no law and no police for 24 hours, like those movies, The Purge, you know, the Purge movies, if you've ever seen them, if there was like, you know, no police, okay, for a day or two, a few weeks, give it weeks, not even months, and the place would become anarchy. Everybody would be smashing everything up. More than likely, a lot of people would go out stealing, looting, there'd be violence everywhere. They'd just do whatever they want. And that scares me, to think I live in a world like that. Now, for anyone, okay, there are some people that live in dangerous parts of the world, and there's also people that have told me stories, some women too, who live in some parts of the world which is like rough, or they can't go out late of the night because it could be violent and there's a lot of rapes and stuff. And anyone can learn martial arts to protect themselves. So it's not about saying, oh, look how meek I am in my build, or I'm never going to be an athlete, I'm never going to be Bruce Lee or Arnold Schwarzenegger or whoever, The Rock or whatever. No, but you can do some exercise. You may be busy with work and stuff, but just do some healthy exercise every day. Do some stretching. If you want to go down the gym and start doing weights or whatever it is. I've got some dumbbells there. I'm going to start doing some more when I can. But if you've got a punch bag, you can work on that. Practice some basic martial arts training. Go to a school. You know, go find a teacher, or you can also watch and learn some basics online. You know, look up this stuff. You can learn stuff. You know, who knows? You might get into wrestling. Who knows? Might be boxing, maybe taekwondo, maybe karate, whatever. But whatever it is, you know, you can train some basic self-defense. It could be Muay Thai. It may be like jiu-jitsu. I'm not really into that, but I'm just saying, you know, learn, you know. And the most important thing is just men and women, I'm saying, and also most important thing is, you know, get some passion. Find something you like doing. So I like to do art also. I like to do drawing and painting on my computer digitally, and doing some animation, you know. So anyway, in the next following video, I'm going to do some good training, okay, on my bag, doing some good training, doing some good punches and some good kicks, and some good just basic martial arts training, okay. I'm actually a teacher too. I've been teaching. I've also been teaching some martial arts on the side as well for many years now. Some different kinds of kung fu and stuff like that. But on this bag, when I'm training, I like to do just some basic kickboxing, mix it up with some karate, some Wing Chun, even some basic Tai Chi, like throws and stuff, like striking and stuff. But I'm not doing any techniques in this video. Thank you for listening, okay, to me in this video. Always seek truth in life is what I would say, because if you don't seek truth, you may never find it, but if you don't seek to at least be on that path to find truth, you know, and what's right, what is real, then you're living in the air, you know, you're living in where, you know, where are you? You don't even know. It's nothing. You're living a lie, illogical, unreal, you know. So that will always be nothing, you know. So the real is what is. You may not understand it. You may live a lifetime of trying to understand more and more. We're never going to know everything, you know, but it's always about studying reality. That's what I think we've got to do to be here. Now, as I say, in these videos, okay, I'm not wearing a top or anything. I'm not showing off any muscle. I'm not a muscle man or anything like that. But it's been very hot. It's a tropical place, as I say, and I've got the air conditioning on in here, and I just do some training on my bag. Sometimes I swear. You hear me in my videos, I'll be swearing and using bad language and mucking around doing accents, and you know, in some of my other videos for some comedy, or in my rap music or my cartoons and stuff, I've got you know, I like to have fun. But the thing is, mature in the martial arts is about being humble and serious, and seriously valuing all life and nature, valuing it, you know, protecting life, protecting your loved ones, protecting your family, protecting all the animals of the world, you know, protecting nature. You know what I mean? It's about following reality and being calm, peaceful, logical, you know, and sane, sensible, you know, and taking the principles of the martial arts into your life. Try to avoid fights, try to avoid dangerous situations, arguments, or trying to have to prove yourself to be, you know, right all the time, like you don't, or seen as a certain way. It's not important how people see you. It's about what you are doing, how you're living your life. And you may think certain things offend you. Things don't offend me, but the thing is, it's not important really. You don't. A lot of people, they don't fear what people think or what they say. Is they fear that if it could, you know, get the masses, you know, bring the masses into a group, you know, if people, or like someone could, you know, maybe do violence towards someone, you know, or like be violent towards someone, or maybe change the way our countries run, you know, and things like that. They're able to politically, you know, change certain things and laws of the country, let's say. That's what it is. It's not really about the actual mind. So if we could just be mature and learn that, you know, we have a better life, and we need to be mature in ourselves and send a peaceful message to the children and the other generations. Because there's no point in us looking at the world and saying, look, it's getting messed up. The youth today are crazy, or the young people learning that we don't have any respect for our world and value either. That's no good, you know. We should at least set that example with whatever we can. It's like little kids don't listen to their parents sometimes, but the parents have to keep, you know, being a good example and being patient and being a good example, right? Otherwise they'll never learn. That's it. I'm going to say thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening to this talk.